Enoch walked in intimacy with the first strong leader who came in the sign of the cross. That's Jesus.
以诺他与那一位同行啊，那一位在亲密关系中他与之同行的那一位是那位强有力的领袖，来到了立约的十字架上，那就是主耶稣基督。
That's why Jesus must be your passion, your magnificent obsession must be Jesus.
所以耶稣为什么必须要成为你的热情，成为你的那个一种热情到一个执着，到一种上瘾的程度。
The second thing is Enoch exercised his faith.
第二件事就是以诺他操练了他的信心。
Notice it didn't say by great faith Enoch was transferred and changed that he shouldn't see death.
他并没有说是靠一个很大的信心，很伟大的信心，以诺呢就被转移，然后就不见死。
No, it just says by faith.
没有，经文只是说靠着信心。
Let me share this with you. Faith has never been and never will be the absence of doubt. It's the ability to stand immovable and be persistent in the midst of a sea of doubt.
所以我要跟大家澄清一点，信心并不是表示你没有怀疑，信心是在你有一大堆的怀疑来缠绕你的时候，你依然能够坚定的站立，依然能够坚定不移的去持守。
The enemy will constantly throw darts of doubt into your mind, and you just have to cast them down.
那仇敌呢会不断的把这些怀疑就像扔匕首一样朝你甩过来，那你必须要把他们从你里面赶走。
Don't accept and entertain those thoughts, just cast them down.
你不要去接受那些怀疑的思想，让他们在里面发酵，你就是要把他们摒弃。
Now here's the third thing. It says before he was transferred, he had a testimony that he pleased God.
第三件事就是在他被转移之前，以诺他有见证蒙了神的喜悦。
Now a lot of people start getting a little panicky in their thought life thinking, well, do I please God? Am I intimate with God? Do I have enough faith with God? Let me clear this up.
我要跟大家再讲清楚一点，就是因为很多人会在那里担心说，哎呀，我是不是蒙神喜悦了？我是不是很好了，很圣洁了？或者我是不是做一些事情有很好的见证了？
Hebrews 11:6 says that without faith, it is impossible to please God.
经文里面也说，如果人非有信，不能得神的喜悦。
Here's how covenant works. When you were born again, the Lord gave to every one of you the measure of faith.
这里就是约的一个含义。当你重生的时候呢，神都给了每一个人一定程度的信心。
So if we don't please God without faith, and God gave us, every one of us, the measure of faith, we already please God.
那所以，当我们还没有能够这样说，因着信蒙神喜悦的时候，在我们重生之时，神已经给了我们一定程度的信心，能够使他喜悦了。
That's simple.
就这么简单。
But if you want to be well-pleasing to God, then you must exercise your faith and use your faith.
但是如果你想更加蒙神的喜悦的话，那你就要操练你的信心，要使用你的信心。
That's the only difference. You already please God, but if you want to be well-pleasing, use your faith.
那区别就在这里，你已经蒙神喜悦了，但如果你想更加的蒙神喜悦的话，你就要使用你的信心。
See, that's the simplicity of Scripture. Religion makes relationship with God very difficult, but relationship is always very easy.
经文其实就是这么简单，宗教呢，把我们跟神的关系呢，把它搞得特别的复杂，但实际上，关系就是这样一个单纯的事情。
Religion will give you a long list of protocols and things you have to check off to be pleasing to God or to come into his presence, and it's a lie.
宗教呢会给你一大堆的要做的清单，你必须要这样做那样做，一个一个的打勾，都打完了你才能蒙神的喜悦。但是那是一个谎言。
What do you think it means when the scripture says, "Come unto me, all you are heavy laden and burdened, and I'll give you rest"? It's talking about all the sins and all the garbage in your life. Just come to God.
那这里呢，耶稣也说呢，都到我这里来，把你们的重担都卸给我。那这里就已经是在讲这样一个美好的这样的一个关系。其实神已经在喜悦。
So again, there's not 47 steps or 300 steps and protocols. There's one. Passion for Jesus. Just come.
所以这不是说什么有47个步骤或者有300多个步骤才能够得神的喜悦，你就是你的那个热情。然后耶稣说：“你来。”
Now Romans 12, 1 and 2. It says, I beseech you. Go ahead.
罗马书12章1至2节。
I beseech you, I plead with you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God. This is how you do anything, by the mercies of God. That you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service.
所以这里经文说，我劝弟兄们以神的慈悲来劝你们。那这个神的慈悲，这里就是我们做任何事情都要依靠的神的慈悲。那将身体献上，当作活祭，那这个是神所喜悦，也是理所当然的。
Let me give you a little definition of that. I
我
pray
跟
in
你
the
定
morning.
义一下。那早上我在祷告为这个。
I used to pray in the morning this way. Now it's normal for me. Father, I give you my eyes today to look where you want me to look.
那我常常有时候早上，我觉得现在已经变成这样祷告。我说：“天父啊，我就把我的眼睛给你，然后你让我看见该看的。”
I give you my ears to hear what you want me to hear, and my mouth to speak what you want me to speak, and my hands to serve and do what you want me to do.
那我也把我的耳朵交给你，让我来听见该听的；嘴巴交给你，让我来说出你要我说的；手也是一样，来服侍该服侍的。
You can understand what I'm communicating. I would even say, I give you my feet to lead me where you want me to go. We surrender our bodies as living sacrifices to God to do His will, not our will.
那当然，你也可以，我也可以说，主啊，我把我脚也交给你，然后你带我去到你要我去的地方。总之，我把全身都交给你，然后让你来使用。这就是将身体献上，当作活祭。
We have a brother, a dear friend that teaches our school with us. His name is Michael Van Vlymen. I recommend him to you.
So what's the name? What's his name?
Michael Van Vlymen.
Michael Van Vlymen. OK。那我们这里有一位弟兄，他也跟我们一起来教这个关于这个空间转移的这个课程。那他的名字呢叫做迈克尔，我也是会把他也很推荐他的给你们。
When he first heard our teaching, he began to put it into practice.
那这位 Michael 弟兄呢，当他第一次听到这个教导的时候呢，他就开始操练了。
And I'll tell you just one of his stories. He can tell you thousands of stories now.
那他可能有1000个见证要告诉你，我就把其中一个现在告诉你们。
He would sit down where he would usually pray, and he would say, Lord, I'm ready to go and be used of the Spirit.
他会坐在他祷告的常规的那个地方，然后他会祷告说：“主啊，我已经准备好了，你要把我送到你要我送的地方去。”
And he was talking about this subject, translation.
他在谈到的就是这一个空间转移的话题。
And he said, Lord, I'm going to practice just using my imagination right now, what I think it would look like. And he would see himself going to different countries, ministering to people, praying for people, and then he'd finish that.
然后他说：“主啊，我就会动用我的这个想象力，然后去想象这些过程，然后大家会看到他去到不同的国家，在那里做不同的服事。”
And when he was done with his practice, he would address the Lord and say, Lord, I know that's just me practicing, but I want you to know I'm serious about this, and I'm practicing because I want to be ready and do this.
然后呢，他操练完了以后呢，他会跟神讲，他说：“主啊，你也知道这只是我的一个这样的操练，想象力的操练。但是呢，我真的是准备好了，我要为你所用，要准备被你转移到需要的地方。”
Then one day when he sat down and he was going to practice, God supernaturally took him.
然后终于有一天他坐下来，他又开始这样操练的时候，神就超自然的把他转移走了。
His wife goes frequently and comes back speaking foreign languages for days that she's never learned.
那最后他后来他就频繁的这样的转移，也就是他回来以后呢，他太太发现他讲这些外语都是他从来自己的以前不会讲的外语。
I've even had those who are translating the message into Chinese taken away.
那我甚至有一些呢，甚至都是那个翻译成中文的这方面的这一些信息。
So if we lose our translator, you know why.
You lost your translator?
I said if we lose you, that means you've already gone somewhere.
哦，他意思就是说，因为他本身他也做这个翻译，那就后来他会有时候跟他开玩笑说，我们释放我们的翻译，离开，因为他就会被转移走。
That happened in Taiwan when we were teaching. She was gone.
所以，后来有一次在台湾，我们在那里教导的时候，一下子他就被踢走了。
Let me give you other scriptural examples of translocation.
好，那我再给大家一些其他的这些经文方面关于空间转移的这些例子。
In 1 Kings chapter 18, verses 7 through 16.
1 King
18 through 16.
7 to 16. 谈到列王纪上18章的第7节开始。
Now you know the story that Elijah had come and prophesied no rain, and there was famine and drought in the land.
那你知道这个故事，就是以利亚他来了，然后呢，他就在那里发预言说这个地方要干旱，然后呢，3年要不下雨。
And Ahab and Jezebel, who not only tried to kill every prophet, put a very large reward for the head of Elijah.
那这个亚哈和耶洗别呢，他们不光只是要杀掉所有属神的先知，他们也是要重赏这个以利亚的头。
And many people who were greedy for that reward would send in a false report saying, "Oh, we saw him over here."
那有些人想得这个奖赏，得这个悬赏的，他肯定有时候就会有一些假的那些汇报，说哦，我看见他在这里，看见他在那里。
And when the king came to find him and he wasn't there, he killed those people that lied to him.
那当亚哈王去那里找，发现没有找到的时候，他就把那些撒谎的人反而把他们杀了。
So in verse 7, we find Obadiah, Ahab's servant, going on his way, minding his own business, and Elijah met him, and he knew it was Elijah, and he fell on his face.
这里第7节看到呢，亚哈有一个仆人叫俄巴底，那这个人本来在路上走，又碰见了以利亚，然后他认出他来了，于是呢，他就俯伏在地。
And he questioned, "Are you my Lord Elijah?"
他就问：“你是我主以利亚不是？”
Well, see, it's funny because it said he knew it was Elijah, but he's making extra careful scrutiny and being sure because he's seen too many people lose their head.
所以这里很有意思的是，俄巴底明明已经认出以利亚来了，但是他还是非常超级小心的，就是说再去确认这个是不是以利亚，因为他已经看见太多的人因为说错了、说谎而被杀的。
And Elijah said, "Yes, it's me. You go tell Ahab I'm here."
然后以利亚就说：“对啊，是我，你回去告诉亚哈说，我就在这儿。”
Now remember, Obadiah has seen a lot of people lose their heads. He's terrified.
我们也看到俄巴底亚他真的是害怕了，因为他看见太多人因此被杀了。
And he explains to him that every place, every nation that has said you were here and you weren't there, the individual died.
所以俄巴底亚就是说，那无论哪一国哪一邦，他说只要打发人去找不到你的，然后那个人的话就会被杀。
And verse 11 says, now you're saying to go tell Ahab, behold, Elijah is here.
然后现在他说，你说你在这里，你要我去告诉我的主人。
Now pay attention to verse 12. This is what Obadiah said. And it shall come to pass, as soon as I am gone from you, that the Spirit of the Lord shall carry you where I know not.
好，这里就是这个最关键的这个经文，在12章里面，俄巴底亚说，一旦我离开你，耶和华的灵就把你提到我所不知道的地方去了。
That's interesting wording.
很有意思，这个措辞。
Elijah, you've been known to be one who translates, and if I leave here, you're going to vanish and I'm going to die.
那意思就是说，以利亚呢，我们都知道你是会被空间转移的，所以一旦我离开，那你再一被转移，我就死了。
Remember John on the island of Patmos? He was in the Spirit on the Lord's day, and the Lord said, come up here, and he was gone.
然后记得在拔摩岛上的老约翰嘛，他当主日的时候，然后神说你上来，然后他就去了。
That's a translation also.
那也是空间转移。
2 Corinthians 12, Paul, whether in the body or out of the body, was caught up into the third heaven. That's a translation also.
那哥林多后书里面，保罗谈到他或在身内，或在身外，也不知道，就到了三重天，这也是一个空间转移。
As a matter of fact, every single one of you has had a translation experience.
事实上，我们的每一位都有这样的空间转移的经历。
You didn't know that, did you?
你曾经不知道，对吧？
In Colossians 1:13, it says he's delivered us from the power of darkness and transferred us or translated us into the kingdom of the Son of his love.
在哥罗西书1章的13节曾说，他救了我们脱离黑暗的权势，把我们迁到他爱子的国里。
So you've already had a translation or transferal experience and you didn't even recognize it.
所以我们每个人都已经有了这样一个转移、这样一个迁移的经历，我们只是不知道罢了。
Here's a biblical principle. The word teaches that if you have been there once or you have experienced that once, the door is open for you to experience that again.
那圣经里有一个原则，就是如果你曾经在那里有一次经历过那样的事情一次，那门就会为你打开，你就会继续的有这样的经历。
Let me ask you a simple, difficult question. Can a person be in two places at one time?
好，我来问大家一个很简单的难题，就是一个人能不能同时在两个地方？
The word says, right now, you are seated together with Jesus Christ in heavenly places.
经文里说，就在现在，你正与耶稣基督一同坐在天上。
You are in two places at one time.
你在同一时间里正在两个不同的地方。
Now, that's a mystery that's sometimes difficult to grasp, but you take it by faith because that's what the word says.
那这是一个可能很不容易掌握的一个奥秘，但是你靠着信心来领受，因为这就是经文所说的。
Here's one way you can practice engaging the realm of the Spirit.
那这里有一种方法，你是可以操练的，能够来进到这个灵里。
If I'm in two places at one time, that means I can operate in two different realms.
那如果我能在同一时刻在两个不同的地方，那表示我能够在两个不同的领域同时起作用。